Alright, so in this video, I am doing a kind of like get ready with me / first impressions of some new products I picked up about 2 days ago. So I'm just testing out some new products, getting my impressions on them. I'll go ahead and say 2 I like, 1 I don't. You'll obviously be able to tell which ones I like by my expressions and which ones I don't. Okay, well technically there's 4 things. Now that I sit here and think about it for a minute, there's the Nars Sculpting Multiple Duo. It's got a sculpting, like a contour on one side that's Laguna, and then on the other side there's a highlighting part that's called Hot Sand. And then we have the new Kat Von D Lock-It Setting Powder in Translucent. And then we have a Sephora Rouge Matte Lipstick, and this is the shade M03, I think is the shade name. I don't know if these have shade names, but I like this one. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that. The lipstick I do like. And then I didn't mention this at the end of the video, but I'm going to mention it now. The 4th product that, it's not a first impression, but I'm still using it, I'm still trying to get the hang of it, is the new Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation. The reason I don't show it, like I show me putting it on, but I don't like hold it up and show it to you, is because this is what I'm using. I got a sample of it from work just to try it out. I got shade 4.0, but it was a little bit too yellow on my skin, so I dropped down to 3.5 and it's perfect. So those are the new products. The Nars Sculpting Stick Duo thing, the Kat Von D Setting Powder, the lipstick, and the foundation. That's what this video is going to be. And I kind of just do like this little kind of get ready with me with some other products. I just kind of intermit those little first impressions while I'm doing it. Plus I haven't done a tutorial in a really long time, and I'm really sorry about that. Doing tutorials takes 10 times longer than just doing a favorites video or something like a challenge. They take so much time. I'm trying to get better about it. Tell me what you want to see next. I started writing down my ideas in this little booklet, this little notebook that I have, and I've got a tag in there, and I have my Halloween looks hidden up in here. If y'all have been around since the OG days of my YouTube, you know that last Halloween I did 5 separate Halloween looks here on my channel. I did the broken, like, creepy doll. I did the fawn. I did the girl with their mouth stitched up. That one was my favorite. And then I did the mermaid. I'm not going to say which one I'm doing yet. I have an idea, but I've got 2 ideas definitely going to do so far. If you guess what I'm going to do, I want to hear people's guesses. If you have any suggestions, because I want to do 5 again. I might do 6, I'm not sure. But right now I have 2 that I know I'm doing for sure. Give me some suggestions for Halloween looks that you would like to see. I thought about a zombie, I'm not sure yet. But let me know, because they'll probably start going up in September. So probably as soon as this video gets posted, I'm probably going to start working on my Halloween looks. Just because I did that last year and it worked out really well. They were really popular, so I want to do that again. If you have any suggestions for other videos you'd like to see from me, please excuse my hair. I'm getting it done on Friday. It's a hot mess right now. I apologize for that. But if you have any other suggestions for the videos or anything you want answered, please let me know, and please enjoy this video. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, click the subscribe button, click the thumbs up button if you like this, and I'll see y'all at the end of the video. Bye. Alright you guys, let's get this started. I'm going to go ahead and apologize for the mass amount of breakouts on my face right now, but it will just show you how well this foundation can cover them. I'm going to go ahead and prime my skin. I didn't show it on camera, but this is the Makeup Forever Step 1 Smoothing Primer. This is my favorite primer to use with the foundation I'm going to use to keep it from looking too cakey on my skin. I found that if I used a matte primer on my forehead and nose and chin area which is what I would normally do, the foundation looks a little bit too dry and cakey. So the foundation I'm using is the new Urban Decay All Nighter foundation, and I think I'm using, in this one, is the shade 3.5. I've been jumping around in the shades a little bit. I started at 4, and then I went to 3.5, and then I went to 4.5, and it's just, this is 3.5 though. It's the most accurate color for my skin. I will say it oxidizes slightly, so the color you see now might not be the color you see in a minute. It gets a little bit darker as the video goes on. But I'm just applying this with a damp beauty blender because I have found that is the best way to apply it. For me, if you want to apply it with a brush, you can. I've done it both ways now, and I like it both ways. It feels a little bit more thinned out and not as heavy when you use a beauty blender to do it, and a little bit more smooth. When I did it with a brush, I believe I started with my Morphe brush, and I wasn't crazy about it with that, and then I tried my Real Techniques buffing brush, and I liked it a little bit more with that one, but I still preferred the beauty blender to that. Sorry about the faces. My nose ring keeps messing up, and it's still new to me, and I kept getting foundation on it, so I need to fix that. I apologize for the random faces you keep seeing. Okay, so now we're going in with some concealer. I actually have been wanting to try the new Kat Von D concealer. I've tried it at work a couple of times, but obviously I can't make a sample of that to bring home with me and try out. So I got some of the lighter foundation from the Kat Von D. I believe this is Light 42. And I'm just placing that under my eyes. I don't remember what brush this is. I cannot remember for the life of me what it's called. But I'm just putting that in my highlight areas, under my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, my forehead, cupid's bow, and chin. And I'm again blending that out with a damp beauty blender. Okay, so this is another new product that I'm just trying out. I got this the other day at work, and I'm really excited about it. It's the new Kat Von D Lock-It Translucent Setting Powder. It's really, really nice. I was afraid when I first got it that it was going to be really thick and really heavy like the rest of her stuff that she has, because I'm just not that crazy about it. But this powder actually worked out really well. I used it first to set under my eyes. That's why the rest of my face still has the concealer on it. But it felt really nice under my eyes. It wasn't like heavy. It didn't make my under eye look like crepey or like too dry. I have learned after using it more and more and more that through the day it did get a little dry under my eye, so I did have to just counter that a little bit by adding a little extra under eye moisturizer. But other than that, I really enjoyed this powder. I've been using it in conjunction with my RCMA No Color powder. I'll use the Kat Von D powder to set my whole face, and then I'll use my RCMA powder to bake. So now what I'm doing is taking out a little bit more of the powder, and I'm going to go with a big fluffy brush and just tap that in the places that I didn't set with a damp beauty blender. And you'll notice I'm tapping because I saw on one of Nikki Tutorial's videos, she said something about tapping the powder into your skin rather than rubbing it because it helps not stir up as much texture. And I've tried this a couple times now, and I do see a little bit of a difference. Alright, this is the section that gets a little weird. This is the Nars Multiple Sculpting Duo. I said that backwards, but it's in the shade Hot Sand and Laguna. So it has a highlighting stick on one side and a contouring stick on the other side. Okay, here's the issue I have. This is attempt number 1. I tried to blend out with a damp beauty blender, and this is on top of my foundation. It didn't work. So attempt number 2 was a flat, kind of like paddle type brush. It looks okay on camera when I look at it, but then when I go in on my hairline, it literally just like rubbed all of my foundation off from underneath. You can't really tell on camera, but when I looked in the mirror, all the foundation underneath was gone. And I'm trying to go back in there to kind of cover it up to make it a little bit nicer looking, and it just wasn't working. I actually had to turn my camera off and put more foundation down in that spot and then go back and fix it. It wasn't working. My face is kind of telling the story here. I look really aggravated. I'm a little frantic at this point, but yeah, I tried so hard. I'm still not a huge fan of the contour side of this. I did later find out that if I do a no makeup kind of look and I just do the contouring and the highlighting on my face, like no foundation, just concealing in a couple areas, and then put this on, it's fine for no makeup days. As long as this is the only thing on my face, it's cool. But besides that, I tried literally everything in the world to make this contour side work, and I couldn't do it. Maybe somebody else knows something I don't, but I tried. I tried so hard, but I ended up going back with one of my other favorite contouring things. What am I saying? Bronzers. I ended up going back over it later with my Hoola bronzer just because it looked more even. I am not really comfortable with using cream contours anyway. That might have been the problem, but it wasn't working. So I tried my best. So this is going back in with my Hoola just because I'm like, I can't do this anymore. It looks ridiculous. I have no foundation on my forehead now, so remedying that just a little bit. I will say, though, when it gets into the section about the highlighter... Oh, I wasn't using Hoola. That's my bad. That is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I use them both at the same time. Usually I'll put the butter bronzer down first, and then I'll put Hoola on top of it. But the highlighting part, the hot sand part, is actually pretty nice. I really did like that one, which you'll see that in just a minute. Okay, this isn't really a new product, but I can't not use it in a tutorial. This is the Becca and Jaclyn Hill highlighter and blush palette. I am using the shade Amaretto for my blush today. That's one of my favorite go-to shades. I'll either use that one or Rosé Spritz. Those are my two favorites. So now we're getting into the highlight part. I actually really do like the Hot Sands highlighter. Look at how bright and intense it is, like, immediately. It's intense, it's crazy. I blended it out with a Beauty Blender a little bit just to kind of make it settle a little bit, but it blended out a lot better than the contour did. So, and you barely have to touch your face. If you kind of like dig it into your skin, of course it's gonna kind of rub your foundation off. But I was barely touching my face with the first one, with the contour, and it still was being weird. But y'all know, I have to put a little bit of champagne pop on top of that. It just made it stand out 10 times more. And usually I would put Prosecco pop on top of it, but today I'm just leaving it alone. I like the kind of light glow. So now I'm just doing my brows, same old, same old. I don't think I've ever actually done my new kind of brow thing on camera, but I'm using the Benefit brow. It's like the brow definer. I'll list the actual name down below. It's one of my favorite new brow products. It's so easy to use. It doesn't take very long. I think I'm in shade number 2 with this one. It's either 2 or 3. I'm pretty confident it's number 2 though. There it is. That's the product. I forgot to show it in the beginning. And then I just set it all with the Gimme Brow, and I do know that is in shade number 1. Okay, now to just give my brows a little bit more shape and a little bit more dimension, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Brow Stylist. I really like this to kind of accentuate my arch just a little bit, and I don't know why. I didn't like it at first, but then I just fell in love with it all of a sudden. For my eyeshadow, I'm going in with the Tartelette Tease palette. I am obsessed with this palette. It is so cute, so portable, so easy. On days where I'm like going to the gym and I need to get ready while I'm at the gym, I'll just throw this in my purse so I can do my eyes really quick before I have to go to class. So it's I'm trying to do like a really easy, light eye look, because I'm going to be doing a cat eye and some kind of fierce wing. Yeah, some kind of fierce wing. I don't know what I meant by that. I'm not even sure. But I'm going to be doing a really bold wing, and I'm going to be using a new lipstick that I've never tried before. So I wanted to kind of just keep it a little bit more toned down, a little easy breezy, you know, cover girl. No, not really. But I was just trying to keep it really quick and easy. Those two shades on the side, I cannot remember the names of them, just the true brown shade and then the kind of like a burgundy shade. Those are my two favorite shades in the entire palette. Those two, that's the first one I'm talking about. I'll list their names down below. I can't remember them off the top of my head, and I don't have the palette right in front of me right now, but they're so pretty. They're so pigmented. They're so easy to blend. I love the Tarte shadows. I know my sister just got the Swamp Queen palette. Really jealous. I actually used it for the first time the other day myself, and I really enjoyed it. It was really cool. The reason I keep glancing back over my shoulder, by the way, is I was actually watching Ghost Adventures on TV. Yes, I was well aware that it was still August while I was filming this, but I really didn't care. And now I'm taking one of the really light shades from the Manny MUA and Makeup Geek palette and putting it in my inner corner. This liner is the Stila Stay All Day eyeliner, and it's in the shade, it's the black one. I can't remember the name of it. Again, I'll look and see. I think it's Intense, maybe? I can't remember. I'll have to look. But I'm just kind of creating a little baby wing with that. I love this eyeliner. It stays actually a little bit longer, I think, than the Kat Von D one does. I messed up my wing. Don't mind me. So I went off camera, fixed the wing. I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all, it takes me at least 4 or 5 times to actually get my left eye. My left eye is always the little sucker. It never wants to work right. But the mascara I'm using in this is the Tarteist Lash Paint. I am obsessed with this mascara. It is so black, so pretty. It makes my lashes stand out so much, and it lasts all day. I don't have any trouble with it flaking off or coming off on my eyes. For my bottom lashes, I'm using the new mascara from Makeup Forever. It's just because it's such a tiny little baby wand. I feel like it doesn't really do much for my top lashes, so I just use it on the bottom. Now I'm using one of the new matte lipsticks from Sephora. Of course, I work at Sephora. I was like, you know what? I've never tried one of Sephora brand lipsticks before. I actually really liked it. It kind of is a little bit lighter than the Urban Decay's Back Talk. It's a little bit lighter than that, but of course it's a matte shade, so I automatically loved it. It wasn't as pigmented as I hoped it would be, but it was still a really pretty shade. And that is the final look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in just a moment. Okay, so I tried out the new Kat Von D translucent setting powder. I tried out the new Nars Sculpting Multiple Duo. And then I also tried out a lipstick from Sephora. It's the Sephora Rouge Matte. All in all, out of those 3 new products I tried, I really like the powder, and I really like the lipstick. This, I'm not sure about yet. I did not like the contour on top of this foundation. Maybe if I did it underneath my foundation, or I did it a different way, maybe I'll like it. I'll try it again, but just for first impressions, this thing is on probation. The setting powder and the lipstick, I'm all for. Like, this is a really pretty color. How smooth and buttery it felt on my lips. The powder, I was really afraid was going to be too chalky, too heavy on my face. It really wasn't. It's actually, it's much more finely milled than I thought it was. So I'm really excited about that. Everything else I've already used before, everything else I've already talked about before. So I hope you like this kind of like easygoing, really light makeup look, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!